Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot and welcome to your April reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever area of your birth chart you're wanting to have a look at. And if you're not familiar with your birth chart, there is a link as ever in the description so that you can go and get yourself a free one. You need your place and your time of birth as well. Now, the reason I say that is always watch your rising sign. You know, if you've only got time for one of them, just watch your rising sign. But as with all the readers on here, I say watch your sun, your moon, your rising. Your sun for the identity, how you are acting. The rising, I tend to think that one's a little bit more predictive in the real world. It's how your story is going. And your moon about your feelings. But there's no guarantee it's going to go like that, because this reading that I'm doing here either is for you or it isn't. There is a past and a present in this spread. And if the past and the present don't fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and watch your moon and go watch your rising. So having said that, general reading rules apply. Timing is far from absolute, as with any form of divination, except maybe astrology. And roles can get reversed if someone else appears in this reading. This looks like a pretty personal reading. There is the influence of somebody else, but I think all of the actions that I'm seeing are yours. Could be wrong, you know, so you'll be able to work that out as the reading goes along. So what I'd like you to do prior to me starting the reading, is ask a question. Take a moment, think about all the questions that are around you at the moment and focus on one of them. But be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer whatever they please and they don't have the same sense of priority as you or I. But that active focus should give energy to the process, which hopefully I will return to you. And if I don't, somebody will, because that's how the universe works. I won't go as far as to say as the universe has got your back, because it depends what level or scale you're looking at. But nevertheless, put something out, you'll get something back. I put out a question, hopefully you'll get back an answer or a better question. So that aside, there is also a link down there for the Facebook page for this channel. I publish these videos on it, obviously. I tend to publish the astrology weather report type videos on the note of astrology. My astrologer friend David Fisher is now coming on board to do a few full moon and new moon videos with us, so keep tuned for those. Probably going to be live streams on a Saturday night GMT time. And we've done a great thing about Dark Side, so go and watch that. But anyway, on that link also, there is an inbox on that page. So if you're wanting to contact me directly for a personal reading, that's how you do it. 3 minutes is up. My waffle is a bit longer than normal, so let's bring the cards up. Ask your question. Pause the video if you need to. Ask your question, then let's crack on. So if I go onto the cards. Right, so the first thing that I really notice here, to be honest, Capricorn, is that this reading, I think I need to see you to say this. This reading is telling you to do as you're told. Now, that's not the normal flavour of readings that I like to do. I'm all about independence and free spirit and, you know, go and forge your own path. And this time, not so much. And I'm not saying that you are not forging your own path. I'm getting the distinct feeling that somebody is facilitating you forging your own path by saying, why don't you go that way? Why don't you come and join me doing this? Have you thought about doing such and such? Would you like to join in with this? Whatever it is, somebody somewhere has come to you with some form of idea, offer, invitation. And it looks to me like it's a good idea to do it. The first thing that I noticed is, from the present point onwards, 3 of the 4 knights of the first deck are here. Knight of Coins, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. Looking at this Knight of Coins, that's the right right this moment. Slow progress, it indicates. And that's following a flavour of the Page of Coins. So Page of Pentacles, if you watch me regularly, you well know that I consider that to be my level 1 complete, start level 2 card. So with the Queen of Coins right before it, there's been that mothering, nurturing influence around you, but I almost feel like somebody, quite possibly a mother, quite possibly your mother, quite maybe not, but that there's another word for it, but I can't think of it. So that motherly influence has suggested something to you. Things went quite quickly. Things went quite quickly to start off with, and you was okay with that. But there's an element with the Chariot founded with the foundation of the King of Cups. You could say there was an element of coasting along. And recently you have been asked to step up your game or get involved in this new thing. Now, this new thing, it's something where you are feeling, when I'm saying that you're being asked to step up your game, it's not that you haven't been holding your game at the right level. It's not a criticism. It's you going into a region where you feel like you don't know enough. Now, the reason that I'm saying all of this so far, let's go through the oracle cards as well. One, and this is the most important one, and you're not the only person to get it this month. There's a lot going on this month for folk. Expect powerful change. Now, there may be an element of, well, I was expecting powerful change and it hasn't come about yet, but I'm okay with where things are. No, this you being asked to level up, there's the powerful change coming. We have intuition and manifestation. When whoever has suggested this thing to you, you can't deny that there's a part of you that thinks, that sounds right or fun, or there's a little spark, a glimmer of interest, and then the rational mind is jumping in going, but you don't know anything, you know nothing. We have Icarus here from we've got 3 cards come out of the Greek mythology cards, but I want to focus on Icarus to start off with, his inexperience. That inexperience is something that you've got to be honest about, but you've also, honesty card here, you've also got to be honest about the fact that it's not just inexperience, it's insecurity. This opportunity is there to provide a healing space for you in the process of taking up this opportunity, even though I think you're feeling, oh God, are we not there yet? Can we not get from A to B without having to pass the distance in between? But the person who is slowing the process down, just on these surface cards, I haven't looked at all the clarifying cards here, but appears to be you. It may be that there's good reasons why you're going so slowly. One, that you're dog tired, and there's been a lot, there's been a lot going on, and now you want me to do what? But you are not seeing the benefits, 2 of Swords here, of this new path. And you are feeling like you want to protect and defend what you have achieved already, and that you're going to do it on your own. But I want to say, whoever's brought this offer to you, I feel that there is an element of loyalty with, oh God, here we go, Aizalel here from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. So you're loyal to them, or they are loyal to you, or both. And you know that they have your best intentions at heart here, or you should know they have your best intentions at heart here. But it's not their intentions you're concerned about. It's more your skills, your abilities that you're concerned about. I won't worry about that, to be honest, because there's an element of you will discover as it goes along. There's information going from the base of the decks: Page of Swords, the Moon, Four of Swords. So like I said, this is a healing opportunity, especially since we have the Sacred Grove card here from the Mists of Avalon Oracle, which is talking about taking a moment to heal and to have yourself in a nice space, a safe space, whatever you want to call it, a nurturing space, a little bit of self-care. But I have to confess that I think that little bit of self-care is found by diving into this opportunity, saying yes to this offer, going, okay, I will do this, which I think you maybe have said yes already, and then you're thinking, oh God, what have I done? I don't know nothing. But that's fine. If you don't know nothing, that's fine. But you're getting the right questions to know where to look, to get the answers for how you're going to go ahead. This is quite a growth. You're passing into, from that leveling up period, you're passing into a time of the Empress, gaining a good harvest. The other reason why I said do as you're told is from the Angelarium deck, we have Hod, the Sephiroth or angel of the left leg of the Tree of Life, regarding submission, go with the flow, that which abides. And it is, you may have been dragged along with the chariot into this new phase of life, and then all of a sudden you're going, yeah, I'm okay with that, I'm okay with this, yeah, this is going okay, and you want me to do what? Which is what this moon is telling me, and which is the feeling that I'm get from this Page of Coins from the King of Cups. There seems to be a jerk, it's nice theme, okay, I'm getting dragged along, this is okay, this is interesting, you what? You want me to do what? Now, you were eager enough to start off with, so I would try and keep that eagerness. We've got a Knight of Wands here as well. But here, I think that's the pace of not how you were moving, but how events around you were moving. Because we've still got you at the bottom of that deck with the Two of Swords, that there's stuff that basically you're not aware of. I mean, often I can see that the Two of Swords being about blocking off one sense to amplify all the others and linking into cosmic awareness and all that good woo-woo, but no, not this time. No, there's something that you're not aware of. And there's also a number of things. I'll quote Donald Rumsfeld because I'll do this at every opportunity. You are aware of a lot of known unknowns. I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know the other. But since you've identified those unknowns, you are able to find these things out. That's something you need to remember. There are also a presence of a number of unknown unknowns. However, those are, I feel, in your interest, especially with this Empress card here. But it's almost like the goal that you are being asked to reach for is so far away. Uranus, for representing remoteness here. And so all-encompassing, considering that Uranus is the sky. And unpredictable, considering Uranus is the planet. But this card wanted to come out, but it came out face down. Orpheus, here representing music. So yeah, you can make beautiful music with this situation. But I do feel that there is an element of descent into the underworld for you. Good. Good, because you've been coasting along here. And if you're being asked to step up, yeah, and you might already be in that point of, what do you mean I was coasting along? I'm exhausted. Yes, you are at the moment. But that's because you've been wanting to step up and you felt very much without. Five of Pentacles here. So without the answers, without the abilities, without the knowledge that you're requiring, without the background, without the skills, whatever it is, you've been without something. And that sense of without is what's also been causing you to go so slowly. But do bear in mind that as you are looking into this issue, it's getting slowly more and more interesting, and at the same time looking like more and more work. So the more interesting, good, more and more work. Ooh. But with this Empress period, as I say, it promises a good reward coming up. Two of Swords again. So you've got Two of Swords here, Two of Swords on the bottom, Two of Swords on how you're feeling. So there's a lot of that. Have you been distracted by conflicts with somebody else? Because I do want to say that I rather feel that that conflict has ended now. Whatever it was, it's ended. And yeah, you've got to pick up the pieces and carry on with things. So, the Empress and the Five of Cups, but I really like this Five of Cups. There's no sense of loss in it. In fact, this one feels quite cheerful to me. One thing, it reminds me of, if you ever saw Once Upon a Time, how the magic beans worked, opening up that whirlpool portal thing. It can remind me of that. But we have the Empress, so you're getting good results from what you have been involved with already. And then Five of Cups in a cheerful way, like I've got that Wonderland feeling, or what's the other place? Wonderland or Oz, you know, or the Enchanted Forest, or wherever it is that you're aiming on going with. Then clarified further by the Six of Pentacles. So that's telling me that, yeah, you lost things, but you can already see the value, or you are well aware of the value of what has remained. So what you've lost, oh well, you know, you've still got the important things. So this is leading on to, and look at the foundation here of this Knight of Swords, it's leading on to a faster time, more info coming in, faster time, so maybe you're getting some of those answers, you know, all those known unknowns I was telling you about. But that's on the foundation of the Ten of Coins. It gets better. And here's the first real new beginning card, because none of this so far has been giving me, I'd expect with this sort of story, new beginning cards dotted all over it. But it doesn't seem to be here. This is a natural progression. There's no suddenly, the only jarring bit is from you coasting along to suddenly being asked to level up. So we've got Knight of Swords clarified by Ace of Pentacles, King of Cups, King of Coins. Almost like that one piece of information finally falls into place that enables you to go storming ahead and know what you're going to do, to know how you're going to act. It's like the final piece to the puzzle. It's also telling me that as you storm ahead, you are doing it on a firm foundation. But you first have to make that realization of all the things that you've lost. You haven't really lost out that you've got to worry about. So as I say, beneath that, oh, you won't let it go, will you, Capricorn? So, Ten of Coins. Good, you know, hidden treasures. Now, that's something. You know how I was saying that there was, this is going to be, or promises to be, a healing experience for you, although the idea of the peace of a sacred grove might not quite be what you're expecting to be. The sacred grove is in the act of taking this offer and doing the work, whatever it is. We have the Seraphim of Healing from the Tarot de Los Angeles, and Archangel Remiel, who is quite a dominant personality, but also is good at revealing hidden treasures, revealing hidden secrets, which goes along line with the revelation of this Knight of Swords here. And so we have 10 of Coins, hidden treasures, or not even hidden treasures, firm, you know, good family support, good, enough money, enough working together with people to make sure that your and their needs are met. Remember, it's a community card, the 10 of Coins. Then we have the 9 of Swords, so you're still stressing. But the Sun right underneath that, the, as I call it, the happy, happy, joy, joy card. And so this treasure or hidden treasure, this revelation, it brings with it its own issues, but they're nowhere near as big a problem as what you think they are. I think is what I'm getting from that, to be quite honest. Then we're surging ahead even further. Ooh, now. Knight of Wands, then clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So what I'm getting with that is surging ahead with speed, but with a firm footing. And look at this trail of pentacles that he is leaving behind. It's you're not leaving anything unfinished. You're leaving plenty to go back to. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's an 8 of Cups in here somewhere as well. That is clarified by a very cheerful 4 of Pentacles. Coins, sorry, this deck, isn't it? 4 of Coins. That I'm feeling more of a building a structure and the elements going with you to build that structure, rather more than the, oh God, I've got to protect everything. This is quite, this almost looks to me like a sort of a fantasy magic user getting the 4 coins out, and as they're laid out on the floor, they create the house that they're going to camp in for the night, or, you know, something along those lines. So the main message is do as you're told, take the offer, do it. And if you've got to level up, then okay, you've got to level up, that's fine. So let's just have a look at the relevant past. Right, so you've been through a transformation beforehand, and you believe that you were following guidance to do the right thing, even if after a while you was finding it a little bit boring. But it did give you a wonderful amount of skill and dreams that you are able to bring into play now. So you've gone through a transformation like this before, and let's point out, it worked then, didn't it? Why shouldn't it work now? There has been an element of guidance here. 4 cups here, 4 cups in this pile. There's been an element of guidance that has been leading you to this point. Now, if all your guidance has led you to this point, then you can make the assumption that somewhere along the line there is a plan for the guidance to keep pushing you along. So let's have a look at a potential future. So we've got a good harvest after you've put the work in, where you will actually be quite content. 6 of Cups, King of Cups. There's a stability in taking this offer, in taking this option, taking this advice, whatever it is. Oh, now here, these 2 piles, sorry, these 2, can represent either 1 or 2 potential futures. one that you want to grab with both hands, or one that you want to run away from screaming and do everything that you can to avoid it. That's good. That's the Seven of Pentacles, is the putting the work in and gaining the harvest for it. This one's curious. It's talking about gaining recognition for what you're doing. I feel like the recognition is not important. This is something that you have a chance of doing, and the end result is what's important. The fact that you're doing it is something that it's best for you to consider that irrelevant. So you want to see the end product being presented, but you don't want to be the presenter of the YouTube video saying, I built this. Because somewhere along the lines, an excess of recognition may be counterproductive. It's going to, the recognition will feel hollow and to a great extent irrelevant. So if you build your hopes up on the recognition side of it, you're barking up the wrong tree, because it leaves you feeling quite miserable. Because I'm really drawn to, in both of these Five of Pentacles, the two people who are, let's face it, pretty miserable. But the other thing that the Three of Pentacles is telling me is the wonderful amount of skill that you're gaining through this. So, no, you're not the headliner here. Nor, to be honest, do you want to be. But I rather think that there's good reasons for this, which will come apparent later. I've no idea what they are. There's nothing here telling me that, other than that sneaking suspicion, that sneaking feeling that, yeah, you don't want to be front and center. You want to be in the background, making sure everything's running right. You know, you're the lighting director, or you're backstage making sure the set isn't falling over, all those sort of things. So how are the people, because somebody is wanting to work with you, and they are doing it as a tool to cut away some of, to bluntly put it, cut away some of your crap in, you know, for you. They're best of intentions. This is with the linking with this loyalty card, and they're bright. They know what they're doing. And maybe that's one of the reasons why you're intimidated, because they really know what they're doing and you don't. No, but they're able to teach you pretty much everything that they know, because Two of Cups, they want to work with you. And they are aiming to bring out your own light. The Hermit. Now, I'm not seeing the Hermit as that card of isolation that it can be, because we've got quite a few isolation cards here. If you look at that Four of Swords there, and there was another Four of Swords somewhere, although I've forgotten where it is. But I'm more thinking of, why do people go and become a hermit? And sometimes it's for a course of initiation. This is, because what this card is reminding me of, if you've ever read Dragonlance, it's reminding me of Raistlin, who was this, okay, yeah, he was a dark evil mage, but he was also one of the hero characters, so go figure. And Raistlin's struggle to gain recognition within himself, like when he went through Mage College, not when he was going out being a hero. He was more than capable by that point. But I remember books about his younger days in training in the towers. That's the sort of thing. So this is representing some form of initiation, both for the person who's made the offer and for yourself. But you are worried about the conflict that this can create, because there's been plenty already. If you remember, there's a Five of Swords here. You're worried about the wounds that you and this other person can pick up through it. 9 of Wands here, 9 of Wands here, that wounded warrior. But that is almost, remember, 9 of Wands is very nearly there, nearly complete. And there is a confidence gained from those wounds. You know, there's, I don't even want to say wound as much as I want to say battle scars. You know, here's where I won this battle, and there's a scar I got fighting off a great saber-toothed tiger one time, or whatever. There's an accomplishment with these 9 of Wands here, and that accomplishment is what you're going through at the moment. So yeah, things are being taken away from you at the moment because of even how you're just tangentially involved in whatever this battle is, but nothing of any worth is being taken away from you, so it's fine. You know, there's like I said, this 5 of Cups is really quite a cheerful one. And there's also, we've got the Hanged Man in the hopes and fears of like, why am I doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we going ahead with this? What's going on? Why? So you're fearing that there is no why, but there is most definitely, even before I come to the final outcome card, which I've just noticed what it is, there is definitely a why in this. You're going through something that is essential for your growth, for your training, for whatever it is. And when I'm saying training, you might not even be training for something you're going to do later in this life. It might be for another one. But there's it's a job that requires being done as well. It's a fight that must, I mean, because look at all the heroic imagery that I was seeing in there. It's a fight that must be had. You know, you either let Doctor Doom conquer everybody or you don't. And here you're in the efforts of don't. You don't let Doctor Doom conquer everybody. So, finally, final card. Ooh, this is nice. Another transformation and freeing and an end to this battle, 10 of Swords. But a very beautiful, peaceful 10 of Swords. Walking off into the sunset with the theme music playing in the background. With Birds of Wisdom leading the way. Victory. So much victory. So the advice coming from this card is, I was saying in a previous reading that I did yesterday, Minnow Pond sees the 6 of Wands as a card that says keep doing what you're doing. Now, I often see the 6 of Wands as a victory parade, but there's a lot of sense in the keeping doing what you're doing in the message here, because right now you're doing and that victory is coming. And then we have a Moon card, but so much more confident than this one off the bottom of the deck here, where she's submerged and reaching for the surface, whereas this one, she's broke through to the surface and gone, ooh, interesting new world. This will be fun. And there's just an element of the moon coming of age here, a dream coming of age, a feeling coming of age, coming into completion. So, is there anything I've missed? Yeah, so to sum up, Capricorn, do it, and also do as you're told for the time being, because there's a lot of purpose, a lot of reason in this. This is really positive, but it's going to be a bit of a hard slog, but you know that because that hard slog seems to have started already. All right, if this means anything to you, Capricorn, please do comment down below. Obviously, like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. A like really does help the video, and a subscribe really helps the channel. So I'm grateful to everyone who's subscribed to me so far. That's it. See you at the new moon. Cheers.